Good day, grade 9 and Math 3 students. Welcome back to our online videos. We are still in our Unit 7, Basic Statistics. And the new topic is about frequency distribution. This is your teacher Rodel T, your mathematics teacher. And now we continue. So the topic is frequency distribution. What is this about? Remember, we talked about already the data, the kinds or the types of data. Now we are going to use those in our application. Let's continue. So what is a frequency distribution? It is a representation in a tabular format which displays the number of observations within a given interval. So the interval must be mutually exclusive. When you talk about mutually exclusive, it means the score must belong to exactly one class, meaning the numbers will not be the same to the other class. You should only see the number once, okay, and exhaustive, including every possible element. So we will guess the numbers in every class as we can. So how do we make the frequency distribution table? So first, let us have an example. There is an ages of men randomly selected from there are ages of men randomly selected from a population who died in gunfire, so they are soldiers. So we need to make a table of their ages having 7 classes. So here we are given 7 classes from the data. So where is the data? Okay, there's the soldier. So these are the datas. The datas has 50 men. So if you count from 19, 18, 30, 40 until 23, we have 50 men or values. These are their ages. Okay, so in this example table, it is not grouped yet. So in here, you cannot easily understand what is this about. So here in our topic, we are going to make this understandable. So we need to make a table, and we put them in order, and we put everything so we can understand. So how do we do this? First, we need to make the range. How to get the range? So first, we need to get the highest value or the biggest value. So let's go back to the data. What do you think is the biggest value here, or the biggest number? Yes, it is 76. Okay, so we put that in our highest value here, and we minus that to the lowest value. Going back here, what is the the smallest number? So it is 16. So 16 is the lowest value. We minus that from the highest value. So big minus small. So in short, we have the R, or the range. 76 minus 16 is equal to 60. So what is this 60 about? This is the range. Okay, so when do we use the range? We use the range in finding the class width, or the C. So the class width formula is equal to the range over the number of classes. Remember, we have classes already. How many is that? 7. Very good. So in short, we have C equal to R over K. So K is the number of classes. These are constant, right? So C is equal to, what are the range, or how many range do we have? Going back here, it is 60. So the formula we are going to use is C is equal to 60 over 7. Since our number of classes, we have 7. Okay, so equal to 8.57, or approximately equal to 9. So 9 is our class width. So when do we use 9? So let's continue. We use 9 in our classes. Remember, let's try to start with 16. This is the smallest number, so we count from 16 going to 24. How many is that? That will be 9. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. These are the nine classes. I mean the 7 classes, and we have the 9 range. Okay, so I mean the class width, sorry, 9 class width, and the range is 60. Okay, so let's continue with this. How do we put the tally marks? Remember, we use our data to get the tally marks. So going back here, sorry. So going back here, we need to get the tally marks of 70 to 78. So where do you think is the 70 to 78? We need the numbers from 70 to 78. How many is that? So let's try number 1, 73. Number 2, 76. Number 3 is 70. Number 4 is 71, and number 5, 75, and no more. So how many from 70? We have 70. We have only 5 tally. From 70 to 78, we have 5 tally. Until we continue from 61 to 69, 52 to 60, we get this tally marks. And now, what do we do next? In our frequency, we are going to count how many numbers are from the tally. So in here, we have 5. We have 5. This is, what about this? Yes, that's 0 or none. No tally. So here we have 2, 7, and we have the rest. So we put them into numbers. We get these numbers. So that is how we do the frequency. Okay? So, as a review, how do we get the general process of constructing a frequency table? So the first one, or step 1, is determine the range. Again, the range is highest value minus the lowest value. We get the range. So example in data, we have the data here. How do we get the range? Biggest minus smallest. So what's the answer? We have 63. Next, step 2. We determine the tentative number of classes. So how do we get the classes? These classes are usually specified in question. The number of classes should be between 5 and 20. So no more than 20. That's too many. So like minimum of 5 to 20. So step 3. Find the class width by dividing the range by the number of classes. So we have the formula to get the class mark, the range over the number of classes. So in short, C equal to R over K. So always round off if you can. Okay? And step 4, determine the frequency for each class by referring to the tally columns and present the results in the table. Remember, we need to make the frequency too. So going back here, this is the frequency. Okay, so we talked about frequency the last time. Okay, so I hope you understand the video, our lesson today, and I hope to see you again on our next video. So do not forget to answer the questions that follows after this video in our Google Forms. Thank you and see you again. Goodbye, students.